My coworker loved shortcuts. I followed policy. Caleb had been at the warehouse 3 years longer than me. He knew every trick to make the job easier. Skip the safety check on the forklift. Don't bother scanning every item twice. Log your breaks as working hours. He'd wink at me whenever he cut a corner. You're working too hard, man. He said it almost every day. Nobody actually follows all those rules. That's just corporate covering their butts. I didn't argue with him. I just kept doing my job the way the handbook said to do it. Every morning I did the full forklift inspection. Check the brakes, the hydraulics, the warning lights. Caleb would already be moving pallets while I was still filling out my checklist. Every shipment I scanned twice. Once when it came off the truck, once when it went to the shelf. Caleb scanned once and guessed on the second entry. Every break I clocked out, every minute accounted for. Caleb would disappear for 45 minutes and log 15. My supervisor noticed the difference, not in the way you'd think. Why is your productivity so much lower than Caleb's? She asked me one afternoon. He's processing twice your volume. I'm following the standard operating procedures, I said calmly. Every step. She looked at me like I was making excuses. Maybe find ways to be more efficient. Learn from the experienced guys. I nodded and went back to work. Didn't change a thing. 3 months went by. Caleb kept cutting corners. I kept following policy. He got Employee of the Month twice. I got nothing. Then corporate announced an audit. Not a regular audit, a full compliance review. They were sending a team from headquarters to examine 6 months of records. Every scan log, every time punch, every safety checklist. Caleb laughed when he heard. Audits are a joke. They look at spreadsheets for 2 days and leave. I didn't say anything, just kept working. The audit team arrived on a Monday at 8 inches the morning. 4 people in suits walking through our warehouse with tablets and clipboards. They started pulling records. By Wednesday, Caleb wasn't laughing anymore. The lead auditor called him into the office 3 times. Each meeting lasted longer than the last. I got called in once. The auditor looked at my records and nodded. Everything matches. Your documentation is excellent. I thanked her and went back to work. Thursday morning, Caleb's desk was empty. His locker was cleared out. Nobody said anything official, but word spread fast. His scan logs didn't match inventory. Thousands of dollars in discrepancies. His time punches showed patterns of fraud. Logging hours he never worked. His safety checklists were copy-pasted. Same entries for weeks straight. Identical timestamps. The audit found 18 months of falsified records under his employee ID. Corporate didn't just fire him. They filed charges. Theft of time is still theft. Falsifying safety documents is a liability nightmare. The total damages exceeded $40,000. My supervisor pulled me aside that Friday. Her face looked different now, less confident. I owe you an apology, she said. I pushed you to cut corners like Caleb. That was wrong. I just nodded. She continued. There's an opening for shift lead. I recommended you for it. I got the promotion 2 weeks later. Came with a raise and my own team to train. The first thing I taught them was the forklift inspection checklist. Every single step. One of the new guys asked why we had to be so thorough. He said it seemed like overkill. I told him about Caleb, about the shortcuts, about the audit, about the $40,000 and the criminal charges. Then I told him something my grandfather used to say. Shortcuts are just long roads you haven't finished walking yet. He did the full checklist after that, every single morning. 6 months later, I found out Caleb tried to get a job at a competitor warehouse. They called us for a reference. Our HR department sent them the audit findings. He's working at a gas station now. I drove past it last week. He was mopping the floor. The slow way. No shortcuts.